What you're supposed to do when you don't like a thing is change it. If you can't change it, change the way you think about it. Don't complain. Those are the words of Maya Angelou. And famed Notre Dame football coach Lou Holtz said, never tell your problems to anyone. 20% don't care, and the other 80% are glad you have them. I'm not sure if other people are glad that you have them, but it is worth considering. Do we complain too much? This week, I start a new series on complaining. Hi, I'm Thor Chalgren. Welcome to Every Day, a New Thought, where I share a new thought, a new perspective. And this week, I'm talking all about complaining because I just finished the second week of a 16-week program. This comes from Mental Muscle. This is a program, 16 weeks of spiritual boot camp. I'm doing it live with Dr. James Mellon, but his book is available on Amazon. I'll put the link in the show description below. And I have to tell you, this is such a great lesson for me because this is actually the second take of me recording this episode, because I did the entire first take and I went to edit it and discovered, hey, where's the sound? Apparently, for some reason, I had no sound on that take. So in that moment, I had a choice. Was I going to complain about it, or was I going to do something about it? And in this case, I could change it. I could go back and record it again. So I'm going to trust that there is a reason why I am now re-recording this episode again. But that's not why I'm here. But I just think it was super interesting and funny to me that that actually happened on the episode where I was introducing the idea of no complaining. I'm sharing this because I've done this journey now. I've done Mental Muscle, the live program. Probably this is at least my 5th time. And each time I do it, I learn a new distinction. So I'm going to share this week my thoughts on this idea of complaining. It is also interesting that Dr. James has put complaining and no complaining as sort of the very beginning foundation of a 16-week program, because it is foundational in the way that we decide to use our mind. When we are complaining, often we're unconscious. We're not thinking about things, or we're playing the role of a victim. And so this idea of spending an entire week of looking at, do you complain about things? And if so, what does that say? What are the belief systems behind that? So that's really why you're doing this. Again, I highly recommend looking at the book. There's a lot more where he talks about it, but what I'm going to do is share my own experiences and apparently my podcast episode experiences in complaining. And for the record, I did not complain. I didn't even swear. I was just like, okay, I don't have any audio. What am I going to do about it? And that's the place that I hope that you get to. But for right now, the first thing that you can do between now and 24 hours from now is look at your own life and examine, be mindful of the times when you maybe complain. What you're looking for are the circumstances. Why do you complain? When are you most likely to complain? And about what? Is it about situations? Is it about relationships? Is it about your schedule, your time? Whatever it is, notice, pay attention to why you are complaining. And then tomorrow, we're going to get into definitions of what complaining is. And I'm going to share my own personal definition and one way that I think about how to avoid complaining, how to change it, how to fix it. I want to close this episode with a quote from Randy Pausch. You may know him from the last lecture. He was a university professor who knew that he had a limited amount of time left in his life, and he wanted to pass down his knowledge, his wisdom to his family. So he gave this lecture. It's called The Last Lecture. You can look it up. And here's what he said. I think this is just beautiful, brilliant thoughts. He said, if you took 1/10 the energy you put into complaining and applied it to solving the problem, you'd be surprised at how well things can work out. Complaining does not work as a strategy. We all have finite time and energy. Any time we spend whining is unlikely to help us achieve our goals, and it won't make us any happier. That's the show for today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you're watching on YouTube, please hit like and subscribe to the show. If you're listening to the podcast, please subscribe to the show on your favorite podcast app. As always, thanks for watching.